Well, hey guys, it's Christian from 7 Gamer Network, and I'm back with my Asajj's Royal Retinue testing. So the last point that we left it was we played a couple of games and decided to make some changes. And I was feeling pretty good about the deck, had some good results, but there still felt like there could be some tweaking. So I'm just going to change into our game cam here. We're just waiting for an opponent to come in now. But the changes that we made over that previous build was I wanted more cheap dice in, and so to that end I got 4 speed in, and just to let you know, I've had a quick couple of games with it since the last time, and it's still performed quite well. So I wanted to show you how it was performing with those changes, and I haven't made any others, it's just the ones we made in the video, I'm pretty certain. And so it should be a nice continuation from where we left off. And surprisingly enough, I've beaten Vader Raider, I've beaten Mo, so Maz Po, and some experimental sort of FN Unkar type decks as well. So yeah, it's been really quite a surprise actually as to how good it's been. Right, we got someone in. We just double check with them they're happy with me to stream. Let's see. Cool, we're in. So let's have a go and see what we get then. So he's gone for a 2 character list. Let's see what we're up against. There's something meaty and juicy, something that's going to really challenge this deck. Let's hope so. Is it something a bit different? Is it tried and tested? Kind of expecting to see Vader here, guys. I don't know what it is that's making me think that, but oh, it's FN. Okay, so it could be maybe on an FN Vader, FN Django. No, I think this deck's quite solid. It is shooty and it can absolutely go mental. Hasn't got the greatest amount of health, but these are 2 very powerful abilities, so this will be quite intriguing to see how this plays out. So yeah, we'll get cracking here then. Right, let's see what we get. Cup of tea in hand, let's do this. So well, I'm not super excited about that hand. I don't really want to see Power of the Force early on. Feel Your Anger could be very useful. A Mind Probe with nothing else, and lightsabers, no, yeah. I feel like I'm going to get rid of these. Manipulate's not quite removal, but in this deck, oh, its value has increased so much. Oh, now we're talking. That's quite a lot better. The No Mercy is a little bit frustrating to start with, but that is a hand of goodness. I think we haven't got something to play out on that with that Sith Holocron, which is a shame. But what do we? Oh, 2. What a terrible roll. Okay, so that's a bit frustrating. So what's he going to do? He's debating. He's got Moisture Farm, by the way, guys. Don't know why that hasn't loaded. Okay, he's gone with the Moisture Farm. So the thing is, I know that he's got lots of ways of cheating out his damage. So I'm actually going to put the 2 onto Asajj. Yeah, normally I like to put them on Royal Guard, but I don't think my Guardian is going to be as powerful during this game to control the dice that he's putting out there, which is why I'm putting them onto that. Now I haven't played against this with this deck, so we'll see how it goes. He starts out with a Baby Blaster, very nice, and gets a nice cheap 1 hit. Where's that going to go? Yeah, onto Asajj. Okay, so we will play out Yeah, let's get out of 4 speed, because then we can. I think I'll use the Sith Holocron later on. I just want to be able to keep up with him a little bit. Well, I might. No, I'll put the Sith Holocron out early, I think, because he's going to have a lot of dice rolled in here. Okay, that's fine. We'll get this on. Okay, so let's see what FN rolls. So we've got a shield and a resource. Not too fussed about that. I think what we'll do here is we'll pay our 2 and we will get out a vibro knife onto Asajj, and with that we will activate so he can do his Django if he wants, but he's not showing much damage there, so I kind of don't mind giving him the option, giving him plenty of time. Doesn't seem to be interested in going for his Django. No, he is going to. Okay, that's fine. So he rolled the 4 speed there, which is fine. Let's see if he. Oh, no, he hasn't got any resource at the moment to resolve his on the hunt. If he wanted to remove one of these dice, which wouldn't be a bad move. I've got a feeling he might take 2 or 3 resources here, and I think that would be a strong play. There's yours. Let's see what he does. He's going to take those resources. Yeah. So he's going to take the 2. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use this. So I take my 2 actions, and I will focus. Set this to that. That's the 1, and then I will. Oops. Hit FN for 3. That's that second one. Now you might say, "What? Hang on, Christian, you're using up that vibro knife die?" Yeah, he's got 2. He's got 3 cards in hand. He could very easily have removal. I just need to get 3 damage on him and mitigate. Because if I can be getting 3 damage on at a time and mitigate the damage through these Royal Guards. He's lost out on his advantage with Django being able to go. You know, it's happy days now. I've got control of this whole round now. Okay, so he's got the money to pay for the 2 for 1, but 1 would get absorbed, so he's paying 1 to get 1. So I'll activate this and we'll take that away. Let's see what we get. Okay, now we've rolled onto the +2, and this is where using those up could end up hurting us a little bit, because that will be a problem if we roll into that plus side on him. That would be annoying, because I'm not really. He's baiting and switching. Yep, very nice, cool. So that's gonna be 4 damage then. It's good. So Asajj takes the 3. Right. Excuse me. Right. Yeah, we'll hit this. Not going to have any more damage to draw up. We hit the shield. Now, do I use manipulate to try and get an extra bunch of damage? I think I will. And I will keep that. And let's just hope we don't roll that +2. Am I going to get rid of a no mercy? Well, basically any side's better. Oh, no mercy though, that is a bit, oops, I should be away. No mercy. I've got 1 in 3 of hitting a thing I really want, and it'll be 3 more, yeah, it's worth it. I've got to go for it. Come on. I've got to keep up in the damage stakes, you see. That's the problem here. That is painful. Very painful and annoying. Now, was that right? Was that wrong? I had a 1 in 3 chance of causing 3 or 4 damage to him. I mean, I think in those situations it feels like I've got to go for it. However, we have got more good upgrades here. We can get a lot of upgrades out, and we've got Feel Your Anger for some nice removal. He's got 3 coming out, here we go. Yeah, lovely. Those Vibro Knucklers, beautiful card. What do we get? 1 damage. Okay. I think I'm probably going to go with the Holocron out onto this guy first. What has he got there? Oh, he got 2 for 1. That's a little bit painful. Don't like that much. So yes, I can take it, and I can discard it, but I need a 2 for these upgrades. So let's go with a play out Vibro Knife. Let's play out a Vibro Knife here. He will activate and draw off the 1, and then let's roll these in. Oh, it just rolled off that +2. Putting 3 out there on the table would have been something. See, I can cope with this unless he rolls really massively. Oh, would you believe it? And he rolls 4 damage on those 2 Django dice. Well, there's not a lot you can do about that, gang. That's Django just doing his thing. Well, there it goes. Yeah. No, he's only doing 6. Interesting. He's only doing 4 damage. What am I missing? Like, seriously, what am I missing then? Don't get what I'm missing there. I'm obviously missing something very important. He's got a nice big ambush card, but he's got 1, I guess he can overwrite, a holdout blaster. It just seems a bit sketchy for me. Why would he not kill him off? I'm really confused. Unless there's something else I'm missing. Now yes, I have missed out on playing the Sith Holocron and the Lure of Power to do that. And maybe what I should have done is manipulated there in that instance. But I'll tell you what we will be doing, and that's manipulating now. So you can only get the 1 damage out. And that's fine, so we'll manipulate that one to the blank. And I'll turn, let's turn this one to the blank. Actually, I'll keep that on the 1 because that's less likely to roll to that side again, and I'll blank this one. Should I? No, I've probably... 2 minus... Yeah, I probably should have done it the other way around, but... Never mind. Yeah. I find it very strange he didn't just kill him off. Must have plans with this one here, yeah. Why would he not spend it? Okay, so he's got the damage there. I can't do anything about it, so I'll just roll her in. Rubbish roll anyway. Oh dear. Well, that 4 damage from Django has really done this deck over, but it's not over yet. That is a painful lot of dice. To discard 2 cards. Oh, did you do a reroll? So yeah, and that's just me missing his reroll on that reroll, guys. He should have had an extra reroll there. He should have asked an extra card. This is the main point. We're playing it, remember? What shall we do here then? Yeesh. Have I really missed that 3 times? That's not cool. That's really not cool. I feel like I just need to... Let's just get this out there now. And then we will discard, just in case you don't get anything else. But some removals will be very important. Oh, we need to get damage. I don't care. I'm going to go all out for getting some damage onto that bad man. There we go. That's good. So we'll go 4 into him. Okay. 4. I can't believe... I apologise that I've missed so many. That's really not cool. Make him discard. Yeah, we did. Right. This is looking sketchy, it has to be said. Ugh, 2 data pads. That is not going to help at this stage of the game now. Oh goodness, he's got a bit of a monster FN going on over there. And he hits another one, great. Okay. Let's, right, we've got 2. So we could afford to play out the data pad. I don't know if I really want to. Because I haven't got anything, apart from the lower power, much to go into that Sith Holocron. Right, what have we got here? Okay. And it's 4 damage. I can absorb 2 into this guy. I can absorb 2 into this guy actually. But then he'll be able to kill him off. So I need to absorb 2 onto this chap. And I'll get those dice rolled in as well. Yeah, let's do that. Oh dear. Guardian's so much better when you've got shields to use with it. Okay, so hopefully that Holocron's going to scare him. I've got 5 cards in hand. Let's see, is he going to super roll with Django again? That 2 2s last time. No, he's just rolled some resources. That's, yeah, apparently Michael. 2. So painful. Oh, was it a 2 melee? No, he was a 2 ranged. It was a 2 for 1 ranged on the on this look. It was a 2 for 1 ranged. That's why. That's why I don't understand why he didn't resolve it all at once. What's he doing here then? I'm going to put 2 into this one. I think so. Yeah. Okay. I am really in trouble here, gang. I mean, he could bait and switch. Oh, he's paid the extra. Okay, yeah. I mean, he could bait and switch here. Don't really want to do my lure of power, but I mean, this might just be enough to push through something. Because yes, that's about to go, I suspect, but it means I can actually... Oh, all these blanks. Relentless Pursuit. Nice. Good play. Move up to 2, so we just removed 1, so we're on 2. Yeah. Okay, I'll concede here. And we'll go again, I think. Because that was bad. Like, I mean, that was just really bad. I mean, that is, and that feels like Lure of Power doesn't work with Holocron. Yeah, it does. It does actually, because it says there's a blue. Oh my goodness, you are absolutely right. It does say ability. Oh my goodness. You are absolutely right. That's really bad news. Apologies for that. Right, let's go again, because that just did not go well. I think the big problem that I had there was not getting any damage in that first. Well, I got 3 off it, but I could not pressure FN, and that deck is going to get damage out. Okay, he got a good roll, the 2 4s. Okay. And I still think I lasted longer than I should have done, because he didn't resolve all the damage at once when he could have dealt lethal. That seemed a bit weird. So yeah, that was just a bit funny. I really feel like not getting that damage in that first round was very painful. One of the things I'm finding with this deck is when it puts out that damage first round, as it can do, can be really quite pokey. 5 or 6 damage in the first round. With all the control of Guardian, it can really make the difference. Of course, something like this, which is cheating all of its damage in FN and Django, that makes it really, really, really difficult to control that damage with the Guardian and with your removal. So, yeah, frustrating. Let's put those back. But this is why I'm testing it. A lot of decks these days are cheating their damage out. You know, they're using the fast hands and they're using 4 speeds, re-rolling and then resolving and all that kind of thing. So pretty much any competitive deck we build needs to be able to respond to that and deal with that. What have we got here? 3 plays, less than 3, and more than 3 even. Okay. So, it was a 2 melee, was it? Okay, that's my bad then. That'll be why. What's he choosing? Okay, looks that way. So, we'll do this again. Absolutely have to keep Asajj alive. Okay, so he's played out his Baby Blaster first round again. And he rolls a big fat blank. Okay, let's... data pad for 1. And the reason I'm using that is because, well, it's going to give me resources, which although I'm really not going to make use of this round, next round I really can. And also I love the special on this for hitting our holocron and bringing out force power. I mean, it just is so very good. And of course it can also hit the special on the force speed, which is really great. Should I just put it out there? Yeah, might as well. Just get an extra dice, and the one thing I do like about the holocron die is it does have that focus on, and the +1 resource in this deck is handy with the data pad. So right, okay, let's yeah, let's roll her in, and here we get to Django. Can we roll something decent? Okay, yeah, 2 specials. That's maybe going to make him think about a removal. Yep. What's he going to go for? Yep, that's what you would go for. He doesn't know, of course, that I don't really have anything. I think at this stage I want to be able to do that damage. So temptation is it's a bit awkward. I think we'll go for it. Do a roll, see what he does. The shield, it's not what we want. Hey Ernest. Yep, he's Djangoing. Oh, he is rolling Django. Yep. Going to hit through those shields and get a 1 onto there. So I think at this point what sort of damage are we looking at here? I'd like to end having dealt more damage to him than he does to me. I feel like perhaps just taking this 1 now is okay. Actually, he might cheat something out. Do you know what? Let's do this. He doesn't. Okay, so he's got a 1 there. I see that might have been more sensible for me to put the 1 onto that Royal Guard that I could then draw it away with. That's a little annoying. It's slightly poor play by me, but let's resolve this. Let's roll this one out. Go for that one. To him. See if we can get some damage. Cool. And then I've got another action here, so I could just stick 2 and 2. He's got 2 cards left. In fact, if I play the Close Quarters Assault, he is going to have to use up both cards for any re-rolling if he wants to do that. Let me hit the flank, okay. Does he want to discard both of them for his re-roll? He takes a shield. Fair dues. We will put 2 into him. Get rid of that shield and get a damage on. I'm both going to start with a healthy amount of resources next turn. He's going to take the 1. Well, I think I'll just claim and get 1 anyway. He's got something clever and funky to do. He's got another upgrade to play out. infantry grenades. It's not the best card in the world, but let's see what he hits with it. Big fat blank. Unlucky. Could discard to reroll if he wants. And he doesn't. Okay. Well, we've escaped that round much better than we did from the first round. Now I'm going to keep the flank. Although that cheating out of all the damage is awkward to deal with, but there has to be a point. Right. Yet again, we don't see anything we can holocron out. That is unfortunate, but we do have a lightsaber, and that's always quite good. So, and we've also got the No Mercy, Power of Force. I'm gonna play a lightsaber on one of these guys because I feel like they want to die first. She got loads of dice to roll out, and I might be able to tempt out that removal on the holocron. No chance, because it rolls a blank. Right. Can he roll something not awesome? He can roll 2 plus 1s. Now the other thing we could do, I mean, Lure of Power on these Royal Guards is brilliant. Hello, he's going to remove the Asajj die. Okay. Lure of Power on these Royal Guard is really strong, but I want to be playing it with one with the Force out. So do I just get rid of that? I could play Lightsaber and Flank, or Lure of Power. I don't really want to get rid of that until he's rolled something. So, do you know what? I'm going to do this because I much prefer a lightsaber out than a Lure of Power. As good as Lure of Power is, he's got a 3 coming in. It's the stun baton. Great. That is such a great card. But he hasn't got any resources. Phew. But of course he does have the reroll, which he hits for the 2. Very nice. Not going to resolve. Okay. Well, let's absorb that, shall we? Seems sensible on the lightsabered up. It's funny, you stick a lightsaber upgrade on a character and you're like, kamikaze! Okay. Rolling too many shields at the moment. Probably should. I'm just kind of setting up really for a reroll here. I can still flank whatever he rolls out if it's something really nasty. And Power of the Force for a 3 here is okay as well. What do you get? Oh, we just get a 2. So he's going to put out 3 or 1. If only I could cheat in here. I think I might just flank and keep the damage off these characters. You can push 2 damage through, but you're going to take 2 resources. I'm going to take 1 shield. So he better eat, so I'm going to be able to eat 1 of those die. Unless of course he's got another thing to roll out. Maybe another stun button upgrade over the grenade would be nice. Okay, so he's down to 3, which is fine because he's got the lightsaber on, so we don't mind that too much. Yes, let's do this. Absorb that point of damage. Okay. So he's going to claim, take another resource. Right. So we've got free reign to do as we like here. I quite like the idea of, I'm not going to get no mercy off, so let's chuck that. And I think this is a bit bold. I think all of these, because this, it's only got that one chance to roll something and it is 2 damage. Otherwise I'm only leaving myself 1 die that could. And I can always, if I get the special on that, turn the lightsaber back, so I'm going to go for it. Oh, well, that's not paid off at all, is it? Great. I'm going to get rid of Lure of Power. It's such a great upgrade, but I've got a few out. And what I need to be able to do is start putting some damage out. Okay, that's not terrible. Do I do that last discard for something? Ooh. Do you know what? I don't think I'll do. I think I'll take the 1 and I'll do the 3 to FN. Oops. The 3 and that's a nothing and a nothing. I mean, we're doing okay. Do I want to keep Power Force? I do, because it's going to turn a die into a 3 value. Let's have a look here. Okay, if drawn to another Power of the Force, we've got, oh, if we can get a Mobilize out onto Asajj, that would be great. And we've got an Isolation. He's got a Detonator. And he hits the Immobilize and the Isolation. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, now that's what that is painful. Sheesh. Ugh. Ay, 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 ay. Look at this, gang. You can pay for all of that. And he's still got that to fire off as well. That's brilliant. Let's do this. And we'll take the 2 on. Yep, this deck is not doing very well against this. Ugh. It's a bit painful without the vibro knives, so we get 3 on there. We get enough on there to kill him, and we'll put this onto Asajj, removing, I think, the force. Oops, removing the force speed, I think. Just feels like the better play here, which is frustrating. And she takes 3. Right. Now you can pay for those, and I don't want him to put them all into. It's going to kill him though. Yoicks. This is not looking good. Well, you can just pay for it, that's fine. I'm going to try and create a threat here with Asajj. Look at that roll. Absolutely nothing for him to worry about. Oops. I swear I've taken it off. There's two of them. They're breeding. Ugh. Okay, he's got the resources. Well, now let's roll and okay, he was activating Django. Sure. Cool. There he goes. Discard. We'll re-roll all of these. Okay. He's going to deal 2 more. This is pretty much over. We'll do the 1 back to there. There's just not a lot I can do about this. Just haven't seen the removal at times when I really needed it to be able to get rid of that thermal detonator. That was just pretty devastating. He's rolled a blank. I have to try and go for some damage here. He played. He played 2 unpredictables on the trot, and he still hits the blank. That's unfortunate. Oh, I feel like claiming here. I think I'll just claim. I'm not going to get any more. I might get 2 damage, but it isn't going to kill 9s, and I need to stay on. I need to stay on the advantage. This becomes like a 2, which could be okay. No, I'm not really excited about that. It's no good without having the 3 characters out. Okay, so no power, so I can basically overwrite the holocron here, I think. Yeah, so overwrite holocron. We'll play 2. We'll get this out. And then we'll roll them out. Her out, sorry. 2, 3. No holocron die. 4. Let's see if we can get anything decent. Come on, roll some damage, roll some damage. Oh man. I mean, that's... Considering that's 50% chance of rolling damage. 33. 50%. So just get nothing on it. Just have not rolled hardly any damage this game, which yeah makes you think, well, is this deck any good? Are these characters good? I mean, when they've rolled it previously and the odds are so good, I mean, just look at this 1, 2 and a 2 plus 2. Your odds are really good. What do we do here? He's electroshocking that, yeah. Get rid of that to reroll. That is particularly annoying. This has been a really poor game. Really poor game. I think I'm going to need to use the one, so just get rid of it. Is it his character die? No, it's the stun baton, so hit that to a blank. Let's put this to a blank. And of course the whole changing it to blanks, using Fear Your Anger, none of that's come off. I'm able to get it immobilise. The games, do you know what I've noticed? Actually, the games that I've won with this deck, I've always where Holocron has allowed me to get out an upgrade. If that doesn't seem to happen, that's been one of the, not the sole factors, but it has been one of the causal factors in whether or not I've managed to win or not. I mean, when the Holocron goes off, it's so brilliantly good. And this is 2 games against him. I just haven't been able to get it happening. Hey Dave, yeah, this deck has really faltered tonight, mate. I played a couple of games against Dave the other night, and they went well, but it's all this cheating. Because they're cheating them in and not leaving many cards out a lot of the time on the table, it's really hard for those Guardians to be able to control the damage. It's really been hard work, Dave, to be fair. Right, you can make that 2 damage. There's not a lot I can do about it. 9. What's he on? He's on 7. I just can't kill him. I haven't got any damage. It's just ridiculous. Let's get that out. And there's nothing to be gained. You can just get some rerolls on the go. Oh, was it 4? How did I miss that? You can pay the extra. Sorry. Yeah, game's lost there. That's fine. The game was lost there. I'm going to do a quick debrief in a second, gang. Hang on. Well played. Right then. So, what on earth happened there then? There was a couple of mistakes on my part. Agreed, absolutely. And Destiny is pretty unforgiving when it comes to mistakes. But my goodness me, I could not roll damage. Was that just me? Did anyone else feel like I wasn't rolling damage? I mean, compared to other times when I've been playing with this deck, I mean, we saw me roll in nice damage in the previous games on the previous streams, but that just didn't seem to hit damage. I didn't once get my Holocron off, you know, and there are so many sweet plays that we can make with having the data pads around for the Holocrons. I mean, we've got focus on Asajj, we can really get the most out of that. The damage is so consistent. I mean, look at the cards we're playing. We're playing Vibro Knife, 2 black sides and a +2. We're playing the Royal Guard, 2 black sides and a +2, and nice, a 1 and a 2. And I just felt like I just wasn't rolling damage. I felt like I was unlucky. I mean, we've got quite a bit of removal in the deck, and it just felt like I couldn't hit. You know, I didn't have removal available when that thermal detonator went off. I think this is a bad matchup for the deck. FN and Django, they're cheating their damage in so much that, of course, it doesn't quite negate the Guardian ability, but it does make it a lot less effective. Of course, I think this deck is much better against those big character decks like the Palpatines and the Vader Raiders and your Poe Mazes. However, this is still only a 2 character deck, It's just that it's cheating all its damage out, and that really did. That really told. I mean, it was painful that was happening. So now, admittedly, in the first game, I think potentially it sounds like from what you guys were saying that I missed 3 double card rerolls. So that's pretty painful. You know, that's the kind of thing that can cost you that extra card. That it could be the thermal detonated. He wasn't thinking of playing, and then he gets to play it next round. You know, it's those kind of things. So that was a bit. That was a bit painful. Let me see if this guy wants a quick game, and we'll do one more game. Stream game. So I'll do one more game with this build, because I actually quite liked the build. It just felt like it wasn't generating what I sort of thought it would. Very annoyingly. So let's have a go here. Hopefully we've got a very different deck to play against, and it'll be a bit more just a different test for the deck. Oops, my bad. Let's promote him. There he is. Okay, right then. So let's get a deck out. Now let's see what we're up against. Because I mean, it's fair to say that Django FN just mauled me, guys. I mean, that was horrible. We got base snap. Is it base snap? This could be another one of those. It is a base snap. Ooh, okay. And not only that, he's also got the separatist base as well, which is gonna be interesting. Okay, let's see if we've got staying power to handle this deck. This will be exciting. Now do I like 4 speed early? I'm actually not all that fussed. Do you know what? I haven't particularly liked 4 speed in this build so far. But I do like getting dice out. 2 zeros is good. Do you know what? An early close quarters assault could be so good. But I feel like it's better late game when you can roll out, you know, two dice, and you've just got more stuff to roll out. So let's put that back. I think we'll put Filioranga back at this stage. Let's see. I'm going to put the Manipulate back. And hopefully we get Holocron. Let's get Holocron. Okay. That wasn't brilliant. But at least he's not going to get many dice off this first turn. 3 plays, a lot less. A lot more. Okay, so we're going to play with, yeah, I thought so. Let's think. I should get to, it shouldn't be too much cheating in this, so do you know what, let's get this on there like that. Because he's got some big die sides, if I can eat those up that would be lovely. Okay, we start with hit and run. Okay, that's gonna, you know what I said about not much cheating. Here we go, 6 damage. 5. Brilliant. Oh come on, that was funny. Oh great. Oh, that was literally funny. Well, let's not put any upgrades on us, shall we? Chuff me. I kind of need to, because she's the only one who's going to have it mobilised and 4 speed on. There are some holes in the deck, potentially, but that's a brutal start. Okay, let's get this on, just so we get the dice out, because there's no damage there, and that's fine. Oh, he just takes it. Boom, there it is. Happy days for him. Well, let's get some damage on the go then, shall we? Let's get some focus out. more pointless disrupt and blanks. He's paying the 2 and getting the planetary uprising out. Love it. He's probably going to claim and do me 3 damage. That is literally the most disgusting thing ever. There we go. 3 shields off that. Oh my days. Right. Right. Discard and manipulate, and let's keep that, and we're going to go for this. Okay, that's 4. I feel like 4 damage. I could, no, a disrupt is quite cool, but I'd rather have shields and damage. Do you know what, I'm going to do this. Come on. Blank. You've got to be kidding me. What is going on tonight? Oh my days. That is just absolutely painful. Crikey, 4 to him. That was it. What a terrible turn round that was in the end. I can't believe that. That 5 off the that was funny. Oh. Just shuffle the deck. Sorry. Oh. Funny. Right, what we got here? He's just activating. Let's see if I'm guardian it away then. Okay, the 1 and a +2. Right, I think I'm just going to roll Asajj out. There's nothing to trouble me there, so the poor rolling continues. I guess the 1 shields. 1 in 3 chance on that. Now he has rolled poorly as well. But I want to get upgrades out. You know what, he's going to want to re-roll, isn't he? In fact, he's just going to have to re-roll. I'm going to take this. Onto that. I like taking the shields in this instance. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should turn it to blank. But I mean, he's going to do a re-roll. You've got 5 cards in hand, so just remember that. So you're going to have a rearm, and yeah, okay. So it's a trap. Reroll on 3. Now he has hit a 1. That's nice. I can draw that away. So yeah, we'll do that. On there. And we roll a 1. He gets rid of a 1 resource. Okay, that's fair enough. Do I like claiming? Is the question. No, he's going to sit damage over there. That is going to make no difference whatsoever. He can stick a bunch of damage onto me, however. That 1 disrupt is a bit painful because it means I can't get my lure of powers out now. I don't really want to spend that 1 on a flank. Do this, and I just have to try and re-roll into damage. What's he doing here? 3. Okay, going out. Fair enough. Let's re-roll for some damage, shall we? Let's get rid of one of these lure of powers. I like all this. And then what we'll do... Actually, what I'll do is I'll use that first. Then re-roll. And we'll just re-roll these two. Just keep that one. 3, okay. Do I just resolve? I think I do. If I resolve, that makes him... yeah, I need to. Let's get 3 on him. I mean, maybe I should have gone for another reroll. I mean, he's got a decision. He's probably just going to take the damage here. Yep. 2. I'll put 1 on there. Let's. Can we do anything else? Nothing really exciting, is there? Nothing really exciting. Yeah, let's keep that one. That's fine. So we have 3 resources. I like keeping 2 of the... I don't think Power of the Force is that amazing at the moment. Let's keep those and we'll take 2. That will do okay, actually. Because I can still play Vibro Knife and 4 speed. Right, what have we got on a special on that? 1 to each, 2 unblockable, 1 and give a shield. And he's got a 2 disrupt. Ugh. Right, let's spend 2 and we'll go Vibro Knife over here. So we've got another 1, so let's pay 1 to flank that. I think that's probably the best there, as he got a way of cheating out Baze's damage. If he hasn't, I can absorb it. But I haven't got any of the shields out at the moment. Oh, he's rolled all the resources in the world. Let's roll her out. I'm not going to put anything else on her anyway. And I want to have that immobilise in the thing to be able to use. Oh, okay. Well, that's quite a decent roll. We roll some damage on Asajj. Oops. Managed to roll a Royal Guard die in there. That was good. There's no one from that battlefield then. Yeah, I did. I took 3, but because I had 2 shields on Asajj, so I took the 2 from Planetary Uprising and I put 1 onto that Royal Guard. So he rolls here now. He's got a discard. Okay, he's got no blank skis. Typical. Right, well, let's do this to take 2. I will play out 4 speed and then activate him, take the 2 onto him. Oh! And what does he want to do with that? I'm just asking him to do a reroll. Let's see what we get. A shield. Right, so we've got 4 damage there at the moment. He's making me discard a card. Oh, hits the Lure of Power. Yeah, so we go 4 damage. And he dead. clearly you can see this is working a little bit differently in this game. I don't think he's rolled the best. He rolled brilliant on that first round, and he hasn't really rolled very well after that. I like his setup with the planetary uprising and being able to claim. I think that's really nice. What we've got there, 3 damage. Let's put yeah, 3 onto him. So he's claimed. Let's roll and let's go for it. Let's see if we get some damage. Oh, see, this is what I mean. This is a little bit more what I expect from this deck when it comes to rolling the damage. And I think we'll put 2 on Asajj again. That kind of puts it beyond the reach of Snap as he currently is. Yeah, not going too good for you. For the game, but he's just conceding. Let's have a quick debrief in a sec. I'll just finish up with him here. Right. Just check he doesn't say anything back, so I don't rudely cut him off. Cool, we're good. Right. Okay, so let's have a chat about Asajj's Retinue. 11 of us watching. At work, we're so good in part 3 of No Worries Sploosh. Yes, I know you asked for it, so I did. Your starting output is low. Right, so those first 2 games, if you were there for them, against Django 9s, were painful. I could not roll damage. I rolled hardly any damage. I think I did 7 damage in the first game and only like 3 in the second. And it just felt like nothing was coming together. You know when the deck just feels like it's working against you? I didn't get any holocrons off because I didn't have any force powers in my hand when my holocron was there, although I did accidentally holocron out a Lure of Power, which was a bodge. But I just felt rubbish. In the second game, okay, we got a lightsaber out, which was sort of okay, but I could not roll any damage that second game, especially. So those are the kind of games that felt like that felt a bit anomalous, but at the same time, I'm also going up against a deck I think that's really well suited to do me real pain because everything's cheated out. It felt like. With so much cheating through Django and 9s just rolling stuff out, it became very difficult to make the best use of your Guardian, and I didn't really get to do removal that felt like at good times or at really opportune times. That game was very different. Okay, he rolled really heavy in that first round, but it didn't feel like he rolled a lot of damage after that. And so are we just saying this is 2 games that just rolled either way, and so there's a problem with the deck? Well, I'm not so sure. I think what we got to see there was I was able to pick off a couple of dice. I killed a couple of chains by getting rid of the black damage using Guardian. Guardian is so strong, of course, for doing that. And I also managed to get more shields out. We had an Immobilize out. That meant I could absorb more damage. Immobilize is really massive in that deck, and what we also saw was it felt like the upgrades I got were good at the right time, and I was able to get pretty much all of them out that I saw. We lost a Lure of Power to a discard, which was a bit of a shame because Lure of Power is brilliant on those Royal Guards, and I think I rolled more normally. I mean, obviously I haven't gone down and written down exactly what I rolled, but it felt much more like the standard average rolls for, I mean, those 2 Royal Guards, they've got 3 damage sides on them. Asajj has got 2, and I'm playing out upgrades on like Vibro Knife, which has got 3 damage sides on, like Lightsaber, which has got 3 damage sides on. So doing this doing this more consistent damage feels like it should be much more likely to happen, and I think that 3rd game that we saw there was more the average that I would expect that deck to be rolling. So yeah, in terms of what cards are working and what aren't, do you know what? I wasn't blown away by Force Speed. Now, one of the reasons I put Force Speed in was to help with the whole using Power of the Force and making that really powerful. There's been a couple of times where I just haven't used it. And in fact, one of the things that I do find with Power of the Force is it's the kind of card that if you've got 4 blue upgrades out, probably more often than not, you're doing quite well. Even though we've got zeros and cheap upgrades in the deck, I feel like we're probably doing quite well. And then to play a Power of the Force, it feels a bit like a win more type card. I don't think it switches things around and really saves your bacon if things aren't going well. You might potentially be able to get a sudden rush of resources, which allows you to play out a big upgrade, and there's a couple of those in the deck. But I just don't know that I'm not playing it. In fact, I think in maybe six games, well, I've played with that now, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games I've played with that deck now. I'm not sure I've played Power of the Force once. Now, it can be brilliant. It turns that 1 into a 3 and and it's damage out of hand effectively, and it kills a character off. Yes, that's really great. When it suddenly grabs you 3 resources instead of 1, yes, that's brilliant. But again, I kind of feel like often when we're playing it, we're probably in a decent place anyway, because we've got a bunch of upgrades out. And that deck is absolutely rolling well if it's got upgrades out. So, I think if I'm going to take some cards out, it would be something like the Force Speed and the Power of the Force. Other cards that have underperformed, no real like standout cards that aren't doing the business. And actually what it feels like is cards that could do more damage or could mitigate more damage feel like what I'm looking for. And I think to that end, perhaps I should be considering maybe It Binds All Things working. It Binds All Things absolutely is working. I just didn't see it in any of those 3 games. If you get It Binds All Things in the first hand, oh man, I mean, it makes the hugest difference. There are so many instances there where I couldn't play out Lure of Power. And just to reiterate, Lure of Power is brilliant on a Royal Guard. When I couldn't play out a Lure of Power and I had them in hand because I was down to the 1 resource. And of course, if I've seen that It Binds All Things in there, you can get it in. You can get that lightsaber, even if you used up all your resources in the previous round, right at the start of the next. That deck works on upgrades, which is why I was like, no brainer, Force Speed's going to be awesome. I'm actually starting to feel like Force Illusion might be better. Again, the Guardian's good for drawing that off, and it's effectively the 3, but of course it could be so much more. And Force Illusion on Asajj is brilliant, of course. And a Force Illusion can go on your Royal Guards. It's not an ability. So I'm thinking I might put that in over and above the Force Speeds, and I'll see how that works. And as well, yes, it costs, but we've got It Binds All Things and we've got Holocrons, so we should be able to be playing that out. And the other thing that I quite like then is, I think I'm really reluctant to take out the Power of the Force because of that. No-brainer saying, I can't help but feel if you want this kind of playstyle, 2 Rebel Troopers and the Akbar might be better. Your Baby Blasters over. Yeah, I think the thing with that is maybe it is. And yeah, then you're getting powerful cards like It's a Trap, and there is quite a lot of ranged around. I think really this deck was starting out to see, can we make Asajj work with a slightly different style rather than the whole Asajj Jabba type build. And I think this deck is working. I think it's good, and I've had some really good wins with it. Like I said, I'm beating those big decks that are in the meta, like Mo and Vader Raider and things like that with it. I think that it feels like it could be prone to some rogue decks, or like those tier 2 decks, those tier 2 decks like. Yeah, and that's why, one of the reasons why I like Villain Blue. And the other thing is, Villain Blue is really spiky damage, and I love damage out of hand. You know, I love those, the ability to do the Power of the Force loads of damage, or the No Mercies, and those real finishers. And you know, No Mercy with Vibro Knives out, I mean, it's just ridiculous. So I feel like you've got loads of control and you've still got loads of damage output, and I'm not sure the 2 Rebel Trooper Eakbar would be able to do that kind of damage output, and of course I think also it's harder for that deck to survive as long. It's got the same amount of hit points, but again, thinking of what the meta is, especially with Vader Raider, Asajj really clobbers those rerolls for extra, to get the most out of their damage, which is why I like Asajj and Guardians and her just being kept alive. Anyway, so the changes that I think we'll probably have a go at making will be taking out those Force speeds, changing them for Force illusions, just having a little. The speed isn't helpful. The one shield, yeah, that's fine. The focus is great, but man, Force illusion on Asajj is going to be amazing. It's fine on those Royal Guards late game. It's going to give them a lot of extra staying power. So then it's those other 2 slots, the Power of the Force. Do I keep one and maybe put in something like a lightsaber throw, or just a couple of lightsaber throws? That damage out of hand is so very good. Difficulty with that's costing me resources. This deck does not run with a lot of resources. Those Royal Guards aren't making it. And so who knows, maybe I take out Power of the Force and put in Force illusions and keep Force speeds in for just loads and loads of upgrades. But then again, those events, I want that damage out of hand, and that's of course what Power of the Force brings. So I'm in a quandary here going, what do we think? Give me your thoughts on the chat. What do you think feels good? To keep the Force speeds in, out? To keep the Power of the Force in? I mean, we've got a lot of upgrades in this deck. It seems on paper like it should be working, but I'm just not playing it. And if you've been watching these games, then you could probably identify, you should have been playing it then, you should have been playing it then, but I just generally don't feel like I've really seen any good opportunities to play it out. So yeah, and of course with Datapad and with Vibro Knives, and with those going down when they hit, those aren't blue upgrades. Yeah, the more I think about it, the less confident I feel in that. There's a few upgrades that can't be. There's quite a few upgrades that can't be played on the Royal Guards, absolutely. But of course, that's where Holocron comes in, obviously. And the Lure of Power is the big thing that I'm trying to get onto them anyway. Lure of Power, and then lightsabers and weapons and things like that. Yes, it's amazing on discard sides, and it's really strong on resource sides. But there are some in there. I mean, Asajj has them, Datapad has them, and a lot of the other upgrades that I'm playing on them has them as well. But really, Power of the Force is there for the damage. Yes, it's also great on the resources. I don't really care about a discard in this deck because there really isn't any. It's there for the big damage potential, because with the Force speeds, with the Holocrons, with immobilizes, and there's a couple of 2 cost upgrades there. Lure of Powers, the potential is for big old damage off a little die. My difficulty is, yes, it is a good card in this build. Like, you look at it and go, it's a 3-character mono blue, but why are you not playing Power of the Force? The reason I'm not playing it is because I'm not actually playing it, is the difficulty. And that seems really strange. There's 6 games now where it just hasn't been played. So I think I'm going to experiment. I'm going to take out the Power of the Force. I'm going to take out the Force speeds for the Force illusion, and I'm going to change those Power of the Forces. I feel silly to take out Power of the Force and put in 2 lightsaber throws. I mean, Power of the Force is often going to turn some damage into it's going to be 2 extra damage. You know, it's going to turn a 1 into a 3 very frequently, maybe more. But of course, Power of the Force, you can get to use it on something else. So I don't really know if it's then better than Lightsaber Throw. And I don't really like leaving melee damage out on the table. That's always my problem with Lightsaber Throw. So yes, okay, Force Illusion as part of it. So perhaps the difficulty then is that I'm trying to take out part of. You know, I haven't got Force Illusion in when I'm trying to play Power of the Force. And so what we could do, no-brainer saying here, I'd consider Force Speed, Force Illusion and Sith Holocron to be the core Power of the Force package. Well, of course we've got 4 of those 6 in. Maybe what we should be doing then is finding somewhere else to cut cards to get Force Illusion in and keep it as it is. I mean, that's definitely a possibility. Anyway, this is going on quite long, this sort of discussion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go away, I'm going to have a little think on that. And I think Power of the Force is such a strong card. The fact that I'm not playing in a 3 character mono blue deck is making me go, my build's not quite right here. And I think what No Brainer is saying here, also known as Game Slayer, is saying here is you need to think about getting in Force Illusion as well as the Force Speeds and the Sith Holocrons to make Power of the Force playable enough. I'm down with that. I'm down with trying that because Power of the Force is such a blowout card when you get good value out of it. And with this deck you do need a lot of removal, but that's fine. We've got quite a lot in there. You know, we've got the isolations. There's a lot of mitigation as much as removal. You know, we've got the manipulates. We've got the isolations. We've got the feel your angers. We've got the 2 flanks. You know that. I mean, that's 8 cards. You know, there's quite a lot. And then of course there's immobilize, and I think that's all we will have. Illusion in, which effectively kind of works in that sense. So yes, Tiago, totally. It's true. You need to make the damage of the character dice, which is where I think Lightsaber Throw can be quite good, but also the Power of the Force. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to go back to the drawing board now, and I'll make a couple of changes, and then I'll see if we can get a part 4. With these changes. Yeah, I haven't got Kylo Saber in, but I've got normal straight up lightsaber because these characters are so happy to die with 2 Guardians and Asajj who's going to be their main target. So I thought the lightsaber feels better in that. But because there's a bit of focus in the deck, especially with those 0 cost upgrade dice, lightsaber pike. I've actually made this build in real life as well, and I have been playing with lightsaber pike in that, and that's felt pretty good. Yeah, and I did play the first couple of games with Now I Am the Master in the deck. Nah, it wasn't doing the business. For one resource, I never wanted to play it. There was always other things I'd rather use that resource on. So yeah, I'm not really excited about that. I think the cards that so he said Now I'm the Master, guys, could be something that you could use with this build, which of course we have used early on, didn't like it, we cut it. But he's just saying it could really help out with a big Power of the Force. And that's true as well, of course. I mean, we had Now I'm the Master in when I still had Power of the Force in, although admittedly it was only 1 copy, and we didn't have Force Speed in, and it wasn't really working then. But I think the way we're going to finish this up is, I'm going to go for it. Power of the Force. I've got 3 mono blue characters. Let's go for it. Let's really try and get the most out of it. It's not something you see much in the meta, and I think with Power of the Force and with No Mercies, that can be real scary damage suddenly out of nowhere. And this deck is able to put consistently, I think, damage sides on the field. So I think that's the way I'm leaning towards with this. So that's what I'm going to go and have a little play with and a change up on. We're going to get more consistent damage out of hand, and we're going to get those other upgrades in to help that power the force. And there it is. So I'm going to go away and make those changes, and the next part will be me playing with those cards and seeing if we can replicate the better success that we had against that second deck, rather than those nightmare games against Django FN. They really were painful. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that, gang. I know a lot of you really enjoy the going through, the thinking through, the putting the decks together, the deck building, the tweaking aspect, and this is the kind of stuff that we're thinking about when we're tweaking these decks. And so hopefully you're finding it fun and interesting, this sort of insight into the brain of someone who's trying to build a deck that's to be, well, hopefully quite competitive. Anyway guys, until next time, keep enjoying your games of Destiny, because it's a marvellous game. Right, see ya.